Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Saturday, January 30, 2021. A senator on Friday warned telecommunications companies against further delaying the stalled implementation of the Mobile Number Portability Act. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, Vice Chairman of the Senate Economic Affairs Committee, said under Republic Act 11202, or the act requiring mobile service providers to provide nationwide mobile number portability to subscribers, telcos who continue to refuse to implement the MNPA within the prescribed period face a fine of as much as 1 million pesos and the revocation of their franchise. The MNPA allows subscribers to transfer, free of charge, from one service provider to another without changing their mobile number. Gatchalian said the law should have been implemented as early as January last year, having been signed in February 2019. The academic-based research group tracking COVID-19 in the country has raised the alarm on the growing number of cases in areas outside of Metro Manila, particularly Cebu Province. In its latest research report, KUWTT Research said the uptick of COVID-19 cases in Cebu Province, including Cebu City, presents an equally serious concern as the situation in the National Capital Region and the Northern Luzon provinces, whose cases of the new and more infectious B117 variant had been identified. Data gathered by KUWTT from January 21 to 27 showed Cebu averaging 147 new cases a day, a 67% jump from the January 14 to 20 figure. The Manila Times held its annual Campus Press Awards on Friday. During these awards, there were more than 400 entries from 29 high schools and colleges, which were evaluated by the Times editorial team. The best publications that were awarded were The Communicator of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines under the collegiate level, and The Aquinian from the University of Santo Tomas for the high school level. A full list of winners can be found on the Times social media platforms and website. Malacanang on Friday confirmed the resignation of Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong as the country's contact tracing czar, after he admitted attending a party where anti-COVID rules were ignored. Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr. made the confirmation in a statement, but added Magalong's resignation had not been accepted and he continues to enjoy the trust and confidence of the leadership of the National Task Force against COVID-19. Magalong came under fire after attending the birthday party for celebrity Tim Yap at The Manor, a hotel in Baguio City's Camp John Hay, last January 17. Videos and photos showing Yap and other personalities not wearing face masks and face shields during the party were widely circulated on social media. Magalong said on Wednesday he and his wife attended the event despite the ban on big gatherings. He also admitted to outright violations of health measures. Baguio is in a modified general community quarantine where mass gatherings are limited to 50% of seating or venue capacity. In order not to influence the military's ongoing investigation into its erroneous posting of University of the Philippines alumni as members of the Communist New People's Army, another high-ranking official of the Armed Forces of the Philippines announced on Friday that he would go on leave. In a statement, Major General Benedict Arevalo, AFP Deputy Chief of Staff for Civil Military Operations or J7, did not elaborate when his official leave would take effect. Being the Chief of Office for Civil Military Operations, Arevalo said he would personally take responsibility for their actions. The Department of Justice should not just look at government forces' involvement in killings, but also at those who encourage them to kill in its review of the administration's drug war. United Nations Special Rapporteur Agnes Callamard made the statement during a forum held by the Foreign Correspondents Association of the Philippines on Friday, as she stressed the need for the government to agree to a benchmark of what should be done to resolve the killings. The family of Christine Angelica de Serra is insisting on a DNA test on all the specimens and organs of the flight attendant as it disputes the Philippine National Police's medical legal findings that she died of natural causes. According to family lawyer Brick Reyes, the family would allow the exhumation of De Serra's body if needed to verify the police findings. In business, foreign portfolio investments stayed in the negative territory in December, bringing net outflows in full year 2020 to $4.24 billion, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reported. Data released on Thursday night showed that the full-year figure last year was wider than the $1.9 billion net outflows posted in 2019. Net outflows of such investments, or hot money, so called because of how easily these enter and leave the economy, also amounted $523.86 million in December, an about-face of November's $226.75 million net inflows, but bigger than the $320.96 million net outflows a year earlier. The 2020 tally compares with the central bank's forecast of $2.8 billion net inflows for the year. Over to sports, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas hopes that Angge KUWTT will complete his naturalization process in August in time for the FIBA Asia Cup proper on August 16 to 28 in Indonesia. SBP President Alpan Lilios said KUWTT's naturalization process cannot be finished anytime soon, and the 23-year-old will not be able to play for Gilas Pilipinas in the third window of the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. The 6'10" KUWTT is a former University Athletic Association of the Philippines Rookie of the Year and a two-time champion with the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. Last December, the House Committee on Justice approved the first reading of House Bill 5951, which seeks to give Filipino citizenship to KUWTT, who hails from Ivory Coast. Yen Macabenta and Ramon Tufo are today's front-page columnists. Macabenta talks about the Philippines dropping further in the Global Corruption Index, while Tufo discusses Filipino domestic helpers being treated like slaves twice over in Syria. Today's editorial calls on developing countries to take the lead in action against climate change. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. With the Fort Villaseran, this is Arik John Secor reporting. May you have a safe weekend ahead.